Hey everyone, it's Sean here again. We're doing another video. Today we're going to talk about what happened over the weekend with the 40k reveals. So my guests are my three Primaris lieutenants. So we've got Aiden, we've got Zach,
Hey mate.
and we've got Wes.
I'm a Sisters of Battle Canoness, thanks.
I would like to point out we didn't actually get any new Primaris Lieutenant reveals in this reveal, so
I thought there was one.
Games Workshop.
I thought there was
Yeah,
one.
we got
one.
one today.
Yeah,
we got one today.
Is that one today? Oh no.
Yeah, you got to have at least one.
Fools,
Mate.
With
fools,
the Storm
Games
Shield.
Workshop, fools.
I like
I'm happy to be a Necron Lord or Destroyer Lord or something.
Yeah, definitely.
I like how
After
they
all
ran
that-
with that potato photo, and they had the picture of the scarab with the potato body.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
When I saw all the leaks and like the pixelated images coming out yesterday, I'm like, oh, we'll get a actual picture from Games Workshop tomorrow. They're generally pretty good with following up on leaks if they come out. So
Yeah. Leaks.
leaks.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty intentional, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I mean, if it was something that they didn't want happening, one would have thought they would have improved their system by now with the amount that happens. So
I think this the amazing thing is that with what's happening, someone's able to find it. So,
yeah.
Well, we'll do a few quick articles and then we'll get on to the main event. Alright, we'll get over the worst stuff first. Price adjustments. So they're doing price adjustments this June. So for those that want to buy their products now, recommend doing it.
Oh really?
Yep.
From I had a quick glance at this. I think it was only like the biggest stuff that I saw, and the biggest one that will probably hit people will be the Warcry terrain boxes. They're going up from like 150 to 200 ish. So if you want really good terrain cheap, go get your Warcry boxes now.
They're
That
actually
was the cheapest way.
Yeah, they're pretty reasonably priced boxes.
And a lot of the Warcry stuff is also quite cross compatible with 40k as well. So go get them now. Oh, obviously AOS, but yeah.
And then, of course, what everyone was looking forward to, pre-orders are set for this Saturday, so May 30th.
Pre-orders for what?
So the new box set and stuff?
No, it'll just be pre-orders in general because apparently Psychic Awakening's meant to lead into 9th or 8.5, whatever you want to call it. So it will be the engine war or whatever it is.
So I was wondering about that if all those Psychic Awakening books are just going to be null and void, or that they'll still be playable then.
No, so we'll get to it later, but they put out a big FAQ and they said that Psychic Awakening will be continuing, will be viable in the next edition. Like it'll still be usable. So
yeah, well,
which I think this is the first time supplement books have been usable in a new edition.
Yeah.
Like codexes obviously have been, but definitely I think this is the first time supplements have been cross editions. So
yeah, I think the main reason is that because those ones say, what was the Thousand Suns, they got their Psychic Awakening earlier. When they'll release their new codex, they'll probably have some of that Psychic Awakening, all the strategies that. And that'll make that book void.
You see it in Vigilus, where the Marines got Vigilus, and then once they got their 9th Ed book, like 90% of Vigilus got wrapped up into the Marine either codex or the Marine supplement. So
so that's what
that will 100% be happening.
Yeah. So I had a quick look at it today. I have a feeling this was meant to be a 2-week release, and they've just done it all in 1 week. So this is all AdMech new stuff. So the Engines War, in that unique model that was in the Kill Team.
Yeah, the other Dominus.
Yep. And then, of course, our mechanical horses.
Fucking look at him. He's so fat, eh?
They're pretty
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
They're pretty cool looking.
The horses are awesome. That guy's fat.
Yeah. I think the top ones I enjoy like more the one, especially where the guy's got the dual pistols.
Mm.
Mm.
Man, Robot Cowboys. What is not to like?
Oh, they are fantastic models.
Then you got your Da Vinci flyers.
Yeah. Nah, not for me.
No, see, I don't mind these guys because at least they actually got jetpacks on them, where the actual flying machine is. Yeah, just get rid of that.
Yeah. I mean, if you
Give
don't like the
me
wings,
an actual flyer.
yeah, I was going to say if you don't like the wings, you just cut them off and then just keep the jetpacks on them. But
It's the legs that sort of freak me out on some of them.
the birds, yeah.
Mm.
And this
Then we got
thing's terrible. This thing's
What?
freaking atrocious.
Oh,
Man, I love
like
this
it. I
thing.
think it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Uh, this is a model that I haven't seen any in between. It's either people detest it or they love it. And
It's like a Batwing helicopter.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a Da Vinci take on a Huey or something from Vietnam.
my issue with it is that it's got like suspensions on the wings. The wings are obviously intended to flap. Like if they were just like Da Vinci looking wings, okay, whatever. But flapping wings, no. Like get
Yeah,
rid of
man.
it.
That's sick.
It's so dumb.
Hopefully it's
And then
got dragon feet.
Yeah, it looks like you can even have a hose that is actually on the ground too, so it's landed.
Look, if
So it
it
looks-
actually had dragon feet and you could like paint it all scaly in that would be cool.
I'm
But-
pretty
If you go
sure.
up, that
pretty
top
sure-
photo kind of looks like it's got legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that in the cockpit there, that's Khaleesi. You'll see her.
Yeah.
And then start collecting AdMech box.
Oh, sweet. Oh, if he gets that, really?
That's actually pretty cool.
I think this box is worse value than what they currently had, though I don't know if the current one's going away because the current one was
I haven't seen that
uh,
transport before.
that's the D-Day boats. They've been out for a while,
Yeah, that's you can be the make the transport of the Scorpius tank.
but the
Right.
D-Day boats, both the transport and the gunboat, are really really good. A Ranger Vanguard kit is solid. And a new engine C instead of a Dominus. Like they just want you to pay $60 for a Dominus instead of start collecting boxes for them.
Yeah, well, man, that's a $50 model at HQ choice there. So that's money.
Yeah, all the new HQs are so yeah.
I mean, I'll grab 2 of those just for those transports.
Yeah, if not more, like 'cause Rangers and Vanguard aren't terrible units, so having more than 20 of them isn't a bad thing. So, and if it's still only like $160, like I think the D-Day boat itself is 100 or so. So between the boat and the character, well, there's your 160, and you're getting Rangers for free. Like.
It does suck though, because that last Star Collecting kit had the Dune Crawler in it. And, man,
Yeah, it was Dune Crawler, Rangers, and a Dominus. So
and those things pump.
yeah.
Then if you into your novels, the Horus Heresy, Siege of Terror. And then they've got more Horus Heresy books, print on demand. And then if you got any kids and you're reading the Warhammer Adventures. So
I have heard that the adventure books aren't actually terrible. Like they're quite good. So
yeah, they are. I've got one and I had a read of it. It's the Age of Sigma one, and it's not too bad actually.
Yep.
So they've got both. So this is number 4 now. So they've released the first 3 already. And then, yep. Yes. So the Dark Imperium box set is going.
So if you're a Death Guard player, bye. And if you're a Marine player, well, honestly, the Marine side's still pretty good because Intercessors are solid and Interceptors are good. Hellblasters, less so, but yeah, that Death Guard side is super good.
Yeah, and if you want those heroes, just get them on the Conquest magazines. They're cheaper.
Yeah.
Have any of you boys actually kept up with that, the Conquest stuff?
No.
Because it seemed like pretty good value, but I kind of just lost track of it after the
Yeah,
first few.
It is good value, but got to keep up with it. So, and I didn't really have much interest in the Death Guard stuff. So,
if you want, just say if you got Ultramarines and Dark Angels, and you want that ancient, and that's all you want, it's worth just getting it for just the ancient.
Yeah. I mean, as a collective, as a whole, looked pretty. I think it was like $1,500 for 2 armies, basically.
the 2 armies plus a decent border terrain as well.
Yeah,
It's really good.
Crazy.
And most
Hey,
people
Lauren.
subscribe it for the terrain. So, yeah. All right. So that's pretty much the previews. So if you're into role models, we're talking about giants. So obviously
They should be coming up for pre-order on that pretty soon at this point, right?
I think we'll see the elves first.
Yeah, but we'll probably see the box set elves. I don't know if we'll see the full range. They'll do probably the giants, and then they'll go back to the elves and finish them off.
Do you guys think they're gonna, because of COVID and that, do you think they'll pump out a lot of stuff very quickly once pre-orders go back up? Like, instead of having the pre-order 1 week and then release the next, do you think they'll just go pre-order this and then next week there'll be more pre-orders and that to catch up?
Yeah. Well, that I reckon that AdMech release, that was meant to be over 2 weeks. That's a lot in 1 week. So I think they're trying to do catch up now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like War of the all 3 Psycho Acnings have been announced and kind of teased at this point.
Yes.
So, and with 9th being revealed, like people are going to be clambering for that and not wanting to wait for Psychic Awakening anymore.
What's that?
If you've been keeping up, they've been doing Age of Sigma death matches. So,
What's a death match? What do you mean?
I mean, Nagash won this one. Oh, sorry. It came down to Archon and Nagash, and Archon won. In a duel. Are we surprised?
Yeah.
Archaon versus Nagash. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Just got to roll 2 6s.
Yeah.
So pretty much Nagash loses every time. We're used to that now.
Put him in OBR, man. I don't think that's the case.
You roll an Archaon in there with Zinch dice, so.
Oh, yeah.
That's cheating.
No, it's legal.
Sorry, that's not cheating. That's rude. My bad.
Yep. All right. Then I don't know if you guys saw the rumor engine from last week.
Oh, Soul Blight, baby.
Yeah.
Come on.
Vampire.
Give me some vampires.
Yep, everyone's excited for the vampires.
Are we gonna see Age of Sigma with having both vampires and Oshua and Bone Reapers as the two most popular armies?
Yeah.
Like, is that gonna be a world we live in?
There's been a rumor for a long time that we're going to get a death faction that was not super friendly with Nagash.
Yeah.
And the vampires, like, I don't know, there's some certain Von-Castines that are not very friendly towards Nagash.
Yeah.
So
I haven't kept up with Sigma lore. How many of like the named vampires actually made it to the mortal realms?
1.
Manfred Archon.
Well, yeah, Manfred Von-Castine, and it's the only one.
Neferata.
Neferata, yeah.
Because she's a Mortarch.
Yeah, so's Archon. And the other one, there's a third one.
Yeah, but he's talking about vampires.
Oh, right.
Yeah, vampires.
There is rumour there's another one that made it over.
You got mate, the Red Dragon. Whatever, can't remember his name, but
Aberosh or something. I think it is.
Yeah, there's only one Von-Castine in the fluff at the moment, though.
Yes, yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but I think Aberosh is said to have survived. If you take the the Ghoul King, he is a vampire, but
Yeah,
Um,
Girl Kings are vampires, yeah, but they've got
Yeah.
like the more feral Strigoi
Yeah.
roots.
But the one that's the the Strigoi, what's his name?
Oh shit! Geez, you're
Mutinous?
testing it here. I can't
Well,
remember, man. It's
yeah.
a long time
Well,
ago.
he survived from the old world and he got caged. So there's 4 at least that survived from the old world and come across.
Yeah.
Are you guys expecting Soulblight to be like haughty,
Nah.
or a more elite?
Nah. Super elite. I reckon that'll be super elite. Blood Knights, things like that.
Do you think they might go for like a mix, like have like haughty, like mind controlled thralls, and then like your more elites in your like, and then all your hard hitting elite stuff and like your vampires?
What I think we'll see
Yeah.
is we'll see a place where Death Rattle will fit in. So we'll have skeletons for them, probably the main troops, and you're gonna have like elite, super hard hitting vampire units, like Blood Knights. You'll have hopefully they finally do some justice to that Vargolf kit and the what are the Vargeists? Because they're vampires. They're all
Yeah, yeah.
vampires. They're feral vampires. Like, come on, let's actually give them some oomph.
Some love. Yeah.
So I don't know, man. It'd be interesting to see what they do. Could you imagine if they brought back bat swarms and giant bats and things like that?
Yeah, I know.
That'd be
Like,
cool.
I agree that they're probably more likely to go like that, but I would totally love to see like like I get that it's the death faction, but I would totally like to see a human element and like mind control thralls and that for like your cheap
Oh yeah, definitely.
taxi troop stuff.
Like a man at
for your
arms
battle
sort of
line.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we haven't seen a new zombie kit either.
I was going to say that. Like, you can, but those kind of troop choices, zombies, skeletons, whatever, you can kind of proxy whatever you want for them, right?
Yeah.
But even
Oh,
then,
yeah.
you could do a thrall and all horde, and then you could still see a death rattle zombie release later in the line if they decide we'll do another mortar.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, man. Look, I'm just super keen to see Soulblight.
Yeah.
I think it's the one book that hasn't been done.
Yeah. There's always remember that
Really? Have
crowd
we
in the
got
background.
that many Sigma armies at this point now?
Yeah.
Well, just Death alone, because they've done pretty much.
Well, all of Chaos is done. I get that.
Yeah, well, City's pretty much covered everything in order that wasn't already there.
There's one Chaos army that is in Vertigo at the moment. In
Chaos
Limbo.
Wolves.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a Forge World army. Like, unless Games Workshop picks it up in a plastic range.
Yeah, which I doubt.
I mean, I would like to see that, but I doubt.
Yeah. Well,
Who knows, man? They surprised the hell out of me with a lot of that stuff.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's something we should say when they do that, public, what is it, suggestions and all that next time. When they ask you, fill out this online form, what would you like? You can just go, Chaos Dwarfs back, please.
Nah, no thanks. Nah.
So, like I say, we've got hopefully vampires down the line. We'll see what comes of it, eh? And then onto the main event. Warhammer 40k.
There's the
Model
potato
video.
scarab.
Beep
So we
boop.
might go to big reveals first. So the trailer. I've got I'll stuff it. We'll put the audio on. I don't make any money.
Man, this trailer, God,
So good. So good.
Pretty cool.
so pumped to play Sisters.
I actually on the day that I watched it, I went, wait, did they actually make the Sisters cooler than the Marines for a change?
I
What's
don't
going
know.
on
Yeah.
here?
I felt like the Marines kind of saved them, didn't they? From when I watched it.
Then the Sisters come back and save the Marines.
Yeah, and like don't get me wrong, like the Marines and that go do marini stuff, but after watching Astartes, I like the like professional, like less heroic. Let's go do it, Marines, and the more professional. I'm doing a
Who's
job.
there? Those
Get shit done.
4-legged or 3-legged Necron.
I reckon
They
they're
are-
prize, man. They got to be
No,
prize, right?
they've released the name for them. They're a alternative destroyer.
So they're a
Yeah,
combat
right.
destroyer, basically. Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
thought they might be. And
I
then
love
the
this
other
part,
guy,
man, where she heals
the oth-
herself with faith.
yeah, the
Sick.
other guy at the end.
Alternative destroyer lord.
Is he? I thought he might have been a combat triarch.
No, destroyer lord. They got the destroyer name, but they're not destroyers.
Yeah, yeah, this fella here.
Yeah.
He's a combat destroyer, basically. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
cool.
pretty much.
I thought he might have been a combat triarch, like a dreadnought type thing.
Man, that was sick.
They're trying to think of a good size comparison for them.
Look at the
See
size
that?
comparison between these two, man.
That lieutenant
Finally
definitely
in
saved the
scale.
raft, then.
What I noticed about that scale shot there was that they didn't make
These
the
models here?
Primaris even bigger. Like the Primaris just seemed like normal Marine size there.
Yeah, but the sisters
Yeah.
are bigger than what they were now. Like the new
Those
plastic
prim-
sisters are bigger than the metals.
Yeah, but like what I'm getting at is that in the lore the Primaris were like bigger and better again than normal Marines, but now the Chaos Marines are like a mil shorter than them and stuff like that. Like they're not actually that much bigger. They're just a new Marine.
Are you being sexist against Sisters of Battle?
No.
What was I gonna say? Because it's interesting to see the sisters, I don't know, in this film clip because they are just human. Like they're not superhumans like a Space Marine. So yeah.
Well, I also wonder how much like with Sister being in it, how much was influenced by how much feedback they got of people wanting updated Sisters, and B, I'm presuming how well the new Sisters have sold.
Oh man. I mean, I can't even finish my army because it's so hard for me to get box sets of certain things.
Yeah.
And I don't want to mix the metals with the plastics.
Mm-mm.
The metals are retired.
So
That new symbol's sick.
How do you feel about the rules? Do you think they're going to be like a top tier thing, or where are they going to sit?
So we haven't actually got any hard rules yet, so I'm going to reserve rule judgment more or less until I see hard rules, but I expect it to be more of a Sigma first edition to Sigma second edition rule change rather than say like 5th to 6th or even 7th to 8th. Like it's just going to be tweaks and refinements rather than big massive changes. So if you've been playing 8th, you'll be able to pick up 9th very quickly, I imagine.
See, I hope the opposite. I mean, I hope it's a complete reset. It needs to be dropped on its head.
They've already confirmed that that's not happening. So,
well, I know what I'm going to be playing for the next 12 months. So. It won't be Warhammer 40k. Yeah.
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, there's a few things that like they hinted at that I enjoyed in the rules thing, like the tanks being able to actually defend themselves in combat. That's one thing about 8 that I thought was so stupid. So you charge a tank with a miniature and it's useless. I'm like, no.
on the flip
it had an
side,
attack profile, didn't it? It had tanks had attack profile.
Oh yeah, cool. Let me
they
hit
hit
you
on
on 5s.
sixes.
Yeah. D6 attacks.
On the flip side of that, which they have said they are making to one, or they are trying to aim to make combat better. Combat kind of needed tanks and stuff like that to become irrelevant as soon as you touched it, because combat was so much weaker than shooting. So
Yeah, man. It was a game
I
that
can't
could
hear
be
you
lost.
inside my Lehman Russ. Sorry.
yeah,
That's one thing I didn't like about it. It was very Like if you didn't get first turn with against some armies, that's it. It was game over. You didn't matter what you done.
That sure, that was the start of 8th, but that's not 8th anymore. Not after all the changes that they've done.
Yeah, okay. Well, maybe I need to play.
Yeah, like 8th now is a very different beast to the start of 8th. So
Yeah, see, that was the problem with 8th, though. I wasn't going to hang around a whole edition for a maybe. It might get better. Have it good from the get-go. And hopefully that's what 9th is. You know, like...
Yeah, I'm all for it. I'm all for 40k.
I completely understand where you guys are coming from, because I didn't touch First Ed Sigma with a 40-foot barge pole, and then I came in and started testing the waters again with 2nd when I saw that I was better. So, but 8th now is honestly the best edition of 40k that's ever been, in my opinion. I still have gripes and that about it, but it is the most balanced edition of 40k there has ever been. So
yeah, well, that's good, man. It's good to hear. Like, I'll still play in local events and things like that. Like, I do still love the game. I've got a lot of armies, 40k armies, but just got so over the top, and you need 10 books to play a game and those sorts of things, you know. But hopefully this fixes it. I'm really hoping it fixes it.
They have already said that they are aiming to reduce soup and that this edition, so it should be good.
Yeah, that's good, man. That's super good.
Soup.
Yeah, soup.
Super good.
One thing actually, back onto the topic of the cinematic. Seeing this gives me a lot of hope for all the other cinematic stuff that they're producing. So should be good.
Oh yeah, the quality is exceptional, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks really nice.
Well, I think one of my roommates was saying that Games Workshop as a company is worth more than like British Gas or something like that now. So obviously doing something right.
Oh, yeah, man. You know, like if that Eisenhorn TV show, when that eventually gets off the ground, if that does well, like if someone like Amazon picked that up, sky's the limit, because they do, like they've got the best canon when it comes to it, and like nerds all around the world agree to that. Like, you know, when they look at Star Wars, when they look at Star Trek, and then they look at the 40k universe, they're like, oh yeah, it's a pretty good universe, you know, like the lore is good.
Yeah.
It's very in depth.
And
that's cool.
And one of the biggest things that I guess that 40k still has going for it compared to every other sci-fi still is it's a lot more grittier. Like, I remember watching like the origins of the bolt gun video that someone did a while ago, and they actually went and talked with the guys at Games Workshop, and they're like, yeah, we went with a bolt gun, like a projectile weapon, because it was grittier and not like all the clean lasers that everyone else was using. And they're still like one of the few sci-fis that still do that. So
out of the new model range, man. Like I've been trying to go off Space Marines for fucking probably 2 editions now, basically. And once I saw them new Primaris with the shields, I'm sold again. I'm in again. I can't. I just can't seem to get away from the Space Marines.
Sean, if you just scroll down, that dude there. No, the intercessor with the chainsaw.
Warrior. Oh yeah.
How good would he look in like powder blue grey with some Space Wolf stuff hanging off of him, a bear helmet, and a chain axe?
You know what needed to happen, right? They needed to actually delay Saga of the Wolf until these models were out, and put these in Saga of the Wolf instead of the Incursors.
100%.
Oh, 100%.
100%, man.
That box would have sold equally on both sides if they did that.
Oh, Wolf players would have freaking loved it. So, yeah.
My biggest gripe is this. Why have we got these guys with the pistols and that, and we couldn't get the chainswords on the normal intercessors?
Because they didn't have... So here's my tinfoil hat reason, right? Is because 8th edition, they knew when they made it was going to be a very shooty edition, so they made shooty Space Marines to try and sell Space Marines, and now that they're trying to make combat better, they're making melee Space Marines to sell
I think they
melee
just wanted.
models.
I think they just wanted to buy you to buy extra kits, man. To be
Here's,
honest.
here's my tinfoil hat moment about this, okay? They wanted to slowly rip the band-aid off and be like, no, tactical Marines and small Marines are still a thing. And now we've got these bigger Marines called Primaris, and they've only got bolt rifles. Well, now we've forgotten about the smaller Marines. Oh,
I
here's
haven't
all your tactical Marines. Here's your assault Marines. Here's your Devastator Marines. Here's your Marines on motorbikes. You know, like,
Yeah.
okay, these are the new Marines, guys. That's just it.
I mean, what they should have done is they should have just did what they did with Chaos. It's like, we're not bringing out Primaris Marines. We're bringing out new Marines with an updated look and, you know, calls giving them slightly better weapons. Here, go buy them. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they did with Chaos, and the Chaos players are loving it. Like, they could have just done the same with Primaris and not called them Primaris. So...
Yep.
Because the Primaris, while I dislike the vehicles, the Marines in the Primaris range look fantastic. So
Man, I'd love to see a Primaris scale Land Raider. I love Land Raiders, man.
It's called the Repulsor, and it's terrible.
Yeah, no, yuck. I want tracks.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Then we've got new Necron Warriors.
They
The old
can't
ones weren't
do.
bad, and these are just a more updated model.
That's an
Hang on.
immortal.
Sorry, Sean. The old ones
Yep.
were terrible because I used to have to cut them and repose them so they were walking like this. It took forever to do that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And I used to replace the rods with the spare Immortal Gauze rods.
Gauze rods, yeah.
So they'd look like that. But these look good and they actually look bigger, man, and bulkier.
I think you'll probably find they're about the same size. I think they'll be like sister size of that. They might be a little bit bigger, but they're not going to be like.
That looks like a 32 to me, though, right? That looks like a 32.
Warriors are already on 32s. Like,
Are
if
they?
you want to if you went and bought a box of Warriors now, they come on 32s.
Oh, right.
So they would have actually fitted on the base.
Yes.
Because remember on the 25s, they used to hang over with their feet.
Hanging over.
Yeah, and like that one there, right there, looks like similar leg spacing. So I wouldn't surprise me if they're about the same.
There's two people I know that are super excited about Necrons. Zach and Sharpie. So
Yeah, I'm pretty keen on them. Once I saw them Marines as well, I was like, oh, fuck, I'm a bit torn now. But there's enough Marine players out there.
Yep.
Everywhere.
Next one, we've got the next chapter. So if you're into the lore,
I'm surprised it took them. I'm surprised it took them this long to bring something like this out. Like, we had Dark Imperium 3 years ago, and that's been it.
yeah.
So,
Someone sent me a message about that being Donald Trump and Barack Obama.
I see it now, and I cannot unsee it, and I dislike it immensely.
Was that you, Wes?
Yeah, it was me.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be the best empire I've ever seen. No one will
Build a
beat
wall.
Yeah, and then they're saying about they play tested this.
They play tested it, and there was something about bringing in one of the head Nova guys onto the playtesting team. So hopefully the game gets even more balanced. So
Is that Mike Brandt? They bought over?
I am unsure. Yeah,
No, he's Adepticon, sorry. But he is part of Games Workshop now.
Yep.
Yeah, Mike Brandt, best known for organizer of Nova Open. So.
Oh, there you go.
He's also been a 40k playtester for years.
Yep. So good on them. Hopefully it keeps stuff even more balanced, and we don't see like what we did with Knights, and Knights dominate for a year.
Yep.
Beautiful
Then,
Knights.
9 great things about the new edition. So it's just a small taste.
A quick rundown is the ones off the top of my head are flyers appear to be acting more like flyers of 6th and 7th, where they can actually fly off. Tanks can shoot while they're in melee. Explosive weapons get maximum number of shots against hordes, and that was about it that
Different
I remember off the
reserves.
top of my head.
Different reserves.
Oh yes, and everything can reserve as well.
So, yeah, if you want to watch the video, watch it when you
Oh.
can.
Also, big changes to terrain.
Yes,
Yeah.
which
So
is good.
Terrain will actually be a thing again, which is good.
If you scroll back up, Sean, that join the crusade, new way to do narrative play, which they've kind of tried to do in some of the Psychic Awakening and that, but it's actually like a continuous campaign where you guys think of it as Dawn of War 2 campaign on tabletop. So is probably the best way I can describe it. So someone as a competitive player, I'm actually really looking forward to maybe getting the club and going, hey, let's have a 6-month crusade as like a narrative fun thing to do as a club and whatnot. So
Well, they've tried doing that in the past, but it's been the worldwide thing. So
yeah, this is more so like built
out.
into the rules, and like your guys level up, like they get more special rules, and they can get wounded and stuff like that, to the point where they mentioned that having to like inter characters into dreadnoughts and stuff like that. So
Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool.
sick. Yeah, that's
so if they do it well, I'm definitely keen to go like as a club thing, like hey, let's have like a 6-month crusade or something like that, and just have some fun, like expand on how you use it as a Tale of Four Gamers thing to
Yeah,
get
run a
people
league like
excited
that.
for it. Yeah. So
And then they're releasing an app.
the not just an app. The best thing about this is that when you buy a Ninth Ed Codex, you also
Yeah.
get a free digital codex
Yeah, the
on the app.
income. Yeah, that's
Oh,
pretty good.
really?
Yeah, I like
Yes.
that. Yeah,
Yes. And
Yeah.
hopefully they roll it over into the Sigmar app, because that is the
I mean,
best thing.
the Sigmar
So-
app's pretty much free anyway. I mean, you pretty much get everything for free apart from the battalions on the Sigmar app. Now.
Apart from the battalions and like groves and stuff like that, and
Oh, yeah. Special
and
rules,
faction
shit.
faction
Yeah, but
specific rules.
yeah, but I mean, you've sort of I don't know. The way the Sigmar app works, I like, because it's basically just it's something to help you play the game a little bit faster.
Do you think this will have, like, I've got a Sisters of Battle Codex from 8th edition. Do you think they'll honor, like, the old codexes?
I think you'll have to.
No,
when you buy 9th edition codex, you'll get the digital rules for that codex.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see what you're saying though. They probably won't bring out a 9th edition codex for Sisters of Sigmar there.
No, Marines and Sisters codexes have been designed for 9th, even though they are 8th ed books. So
Come on, guys. It's another 22 years before we get any more Sister stuff. Just, I don't know.
Well,
like who
You're
knows, right?
stuck there, mate.
Like we could be in at this point 9th ed for however long until they decide to recondense the rules and that again. So
Maybe it turns into Sigmar and they start dropping a book every 2 months.
yeah, possible.
You'll get another book halfway through next year
I reckon we'll get a new race in the new edition.
for 40k.
there's
I kind of hope so.
like Crude Codex.
I've always wanted to do a crude army, man, like a full crude army.
Yep, full crude army would be awesome.
Mm.
Yeah, so much that they can do.
And then
New website.
So then the teaser.
The teaser that we got a week for the teaser that we got today.
Yeah. So these are just better images. You won't see the guy, unfortunately. But we'll show that image.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, eh?
So he's definitely a Lord of War.
I dare say
That's a
he's...
Transcendent Catan by the looks of it.
Yeah.
It's the Silent King. He's got a Catan stuck in his floating chair.
No, right.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah. So this is where we were talking about before about codexes. So it's an evolutionary step. That means all your codexes remain not only valid but significantly rebalanced and improved through tweaks to the core rules. Same thing goes for all the updates to your favorites from the Psychic Awakening books. That
Yep.
will written with the new edition in mind.
There's also what I am interested in seeing is apparently there's going to be point adjustments for 9th ed. So I wonder if we're just going to get a big FAQ on
Like a-
day one, point adjusting everything.
Wonder if they'll move to like the General's Handbook system, like what we have in AOS.
Well, they
They're
already
already
have
doing-
that with chapter approved,
Oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah.
which does make me wonder if 9th ed is going to be like a Christmassy release and they just go, well, there's no chapter approved this year, it's the 9th ed point
Rule
adjustment.
book. Yep, yep.
Well, I've been hearing rumors about September they'll be releasing.
Okay.
Well, edition
Hey,
changes
that will
always.
that'll be a great birthday present for me.
Edition changes were always usually mid-year, like new financial year.
Yeah, it would
Always
be
in July.
It would be in. I thought it would have been odd to have it Christmas, but
I think the main it was probably going to be July, but because of the virus, they've just
Yeah, it's
got
sort
to
of pushed a few things back, hasn't it?
yeah.
and because they've got the Psychic Awakening, the 2 other books to come out yet.
Well, 3. Well, I guess the AdMech one's pre-order this weekend, but yeah.
I reckon it's in July, boys. I don't think they would have let it out this early.
I honestly suspect that the Psychic Awakenings will be rapid fire. It wouldn't surprise me to see if next weekend is pre-order War of the Spider, and then the weekend after is pre-order for because apparently we're meant to be getting 9th ed rule previews and that next month, which is like next week. So
Yeah, right.
if
That'd be
if
cool.
the if you know they're previewing rules that early, I think we got 2 or 3 months of rule previews for 8th, if I remember correctly. So
Well, if they're
who
going
knows?
to do probably have it for July, so you probably have this. Then you'll have an Age of Sigma, so you'll be your elves next week, your box set. Then you probably have your next Cycle Awakening book. Then you probably have your Giants the week after, and then maybe that's how it'll go. I don't know yet.
No, yeah, I honestly expect like Games Workshop to be rapid firing everything out now. Like we can go back to business. Let's make money. So
What's that big fella called?
the Sculptech Lord and the littler guys are Sculptech Destroyers.
Yeah,
So he's got
right.
big books so that you
Is that the
saw.
big fella there?
Yeah,
Big-
that's the big fella there.
So he's probably going to be like
Yeah, that's sick.
the size of an Imperial Knight, or a bit
No,
smaller?
no, Marine Dreadnought size. Maybe
Okay.
Marine Dreadnought size. Maybe a little bit smaller, but yeah.
And you reckon he's going to be a Lord of War?
No. He's not
No,
going to be a Lord.
No,
of
no,
War.
no.
Silent
right.
King's Lord of
It's
War.
HQ.
Yeah. There's your 2 up.
Lieutenant.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
pretty
Hey.
cool.
And he's got a Volkite weapon.
Yep.
Yep.
It's cool.
And it only took him 3 years to give Primaris Storm Shields.
This is your potato can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here you
See the
go.
actual
So
destroyer? There's a new
so-
destroyer right there.
yep. So new destroyer, War of the Worlds walkers ×2. New awesome sick monoliths, which if you can't really see it on this picture, but the one in the background has the old Gorse Flayer weapons on the sides, where this one's got like closer
Death
looking
rays.
weapons to the death rays.
Hmm. What's this dude with the wings here?
It looks like it's the Tan.
New Catan, maybe the Void Dragon, and then that's the Silent King all the way up in the back.
Yeah, did you see these dudes next to the destroyers though? They kind of look
Yeah,
like a weird flayed one.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
wouldn't
like a
surprise
black
me
label.
if they're what Friars end up being now.
What, sorry? Prize?
Priors, yeah.
Yeah, because that looks like a
And-
new lord next to the destroyer lord.
And the so they've also leaked starter box the new 9th ed box force, and the guy next to the destroyer is in it. So it wouldn't surprise me if he's either a brand new character because they like pushing out new characters these days, or he's a different Cryptek.
Yeah.
'Cause
I also seen the new
Necron's-
scarab sculpts too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And,
they got like 9 little scarabs on a base.
and you can't see it in this one, but all the way up the back between the front monolith and the War of the Worlds walker, there is a funky feral-y guy as well.
I was going to mention that if you guys
Yeah.
noticed.
You can't make him out too well. He kind of looks like a flayed one without any skin on him, but
Yeah, right.
They're meant to be getting new flayed ones. I know that. So
Yeah, I
fingers
got
crossed because the current ones are failcast and look worse than the third ed ones. So
Zach,
Yeah, I
somehow,
got that perception from the preview that we're going to get new flayed ones. I saw something that made me think that.
pretty much the whole range is getting a redo from what I can see.
Yeah, looks
Besides,
good.
besides like the already redone kits.
well, besides the stuff that came out with the fifth ed codex, everything is getting redone
Yeah.
from the seams of it. Like it's a Death Guard level rebrand and repush. So
That
Hang on, boys. I'm just going to have a look at my afterpay for a sec.
yeah, that's Silent King. That's going to be a big model, man. Like,
yes, that's going to be night size, I reckon. And the two like shieldy pillars are part of the kit as well, because on the teaser earlier we saw them as part of him. So
yeah. But have you noticed those shields are actually on a separate base?
yes,
So,
it wouldn't because
It might be like
we've
Void
noticed.
yeah, like drones maybe.
Yeah,
Like,
we've noticed
drone.
that like with Gaz, like they finally realized that characters with more than 9 wounds suck because they can be targeted. So like characters like Gaz and that, they've given ways for them to survive even though they're targetable. So it wouldn't surprise me if they're like a blade of wounds or something.
yeah.
those War of the World walkers, they look like they got doomsday cannons on their shoulders.
Yes. Yeah,
So
like
if that's the case, man, that's cool.
well, it's a little bit shorter because like the Doomsday Arc is like a massive long thing, but yes, yeah, they're like.
What do you think of the new
short-barreled.
destroyer body?
I love it.
The chunky, it looks cool, eh?
What I hope though is that they're not individual models, so you can still
Yeah.
take a unit and reanimate them.
You know,
But
the
yeah.
thing is my mate Sharpie, like he has a
Yeah.
full Necron collection.
He's a Necron
And-
Lord.
He went all in on destroyers back in the day. There
Yeah,
were like 30 of them. And like 100 warriors, like, and all of them now are just like, they look like shit compared to this new stuff. So,
Well, see, I don't know. Like, I kind of like the older warriors. I like the pristine look of the older warriors, where the newer warriors are falling apart and that. But
yeah. I do
That's
like how
just
they're
a
advancing the
personal
story
taste.
of the Necrons, though. Like, more tombs are awakening.
Yeah.
It's like more chambers of Stormcast, right?
Yeah, I
So, like,
wonder if you're going to have chapters of Necrons now, maybe.
oh, we already do. We already have dynasties of Necrons.
Fuck, I'm way out of whack with this shit, man.
Yeah. So
And
no,
you've got
it looks
you've got a
good.
question
Lots
too,
of new
don't you?
models.
Sorry.
You've got a collection too, Aiden, don't you, of some Necrons? So
Yes, I have a few Necrons that I've been looking at and going, maybe I should start painting and assembling these.
so this is a good excuse for you to get painting.
Well, I mean, I've been looking at stuff and going, I need to cut down. What army do I want to keep besides my Death Watch? Well, it looks like it might be Necrons now. Time to get rid of some Space Wolves and Dark Elder, I guess. So,
And these are the new.
yeah, these are cool. This is the full squad.
Yeah. So there's
That's sick.
5, I believe. These are coming in box of 5s or something, or squads of 5.
I mean, from what we've seen of the box set, there's 10 of them. So I hope they're not coming in like lots of 5. I hope it's lots of 10.
Yeah.
But they are definitely a new kit because they are very much different leg poses because all the Primaris legs are very set in their ways.
The thing that excites me about this, right, is getting kits like this and mixing them with the bulk gun guys, because you can swap the legs and stuff around. So you're going to have running bulk gun guys. It's going to make it. It's like we used to get the assault marines and the tacticals and mix them.
Like that sergeant there, like with him just running forwards, that legs with like an auto bolt rifle and stuff like that will be awesome.
Yeah, is that
So,
is that a Volkite or is that a plasma
no,
pistol?
that's new plasma. That's the
Yeah,
updated
cool.
plasma look.
Yeah, right.
if you-
I've been.
I highly suspect that the Volkite stuff will be character only, not squad level.
Is that a pistol?
Yes, that's a heavy bolt pistol, so strength 4 neg 1.
Really? Neg 1.
Yes. So there's mention of these being a starty chainsword, so not just a chainsword, so whether they get like an additional AP or something to make them a little bit more viable. But
Extra
if
strength,
it-
strength 5, I reckon.
if they are just an additional attack, these will just be Reavers in a different kit. Because Reavers have a heavy bolt pistol, which is exactly the same, and a combat knife, which is +1 attack. So,
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, look, I'm just seeing Space Wolves and Blood Angels as you flick through these.
yes. And
Yeah.
Blood Angels in their Psychic Awakening got the ability
Oh, man.
to make
Zach, look at
Death Company
Yeah, stick man. They're the ones I was talking about before.
intercessors.
Yeah,
So,
they look awesome, man. That made me these miniatures here made me want to Primaris Marines.
now
probably
just
got 80.
replace all the swords with big axes.
Yeah, I've
And
probably
give
got 80
shoulder-
unbuilt tactical Marines in the cupboard, so I swore I wasn't going to buy any Primaris, but I think these guys might have just done it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys shouldn't be blue. These guys should be black with white shoulder pads. They should be Black Templar models.
Oh, 100%. They look like Black
Mm.
Templars. And like,
Mm.
but I really like the Mark III almost look helmet that they're wearing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the beaky helmet. Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the Veteran Crusade, the Knight Crusade helmet. Yeah, it looks really good.
They all have iron halos too.
Wonder if they're going to be like a Primaris with an invulnerable, basically. I don't think they'll be too up, but maybe they got an extra wound or something. I don't know.
Oh no, it's
cool, though, either
I
way.
didn't actually notice that they all had iron halos until you pointed that out, which makes it interesting because a Storm Shield is just a better iron halo. So they might come with different sword options outside of the starter box.
Well, I'm guessing that this will be like a close combat veterans kit.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
that's what
like the new-
100% is. They've said
new-
that the swords
new
that they have
Vanguard, basically.
are mastercrafted power weapons, mastercrafted power swords, so 2 damage power swords, which makes up for the fact they're only strength 4.
Primaris only strength 4.
Strength 4, tough 4, 2 wounds.
So they're basically going to be the new Vanguard veterans or Stern Guard or
Without jump packs, yeah. But yes, they look very good.
These are fucking cool.
I
Man.
like how these look, except that they have no ground clearance. So hope you're not going over rocky terrain, boys. Hope it's just nice and flat. But
Just
otherwise, they look awesome.
Just don't roll a 1, you're not removed from play, right?
Yeah. Zach, you're a
I-
motorbike guy. How would you go rolling this into a corner?
Hang on.
Yeah. Like, I'm looking at these, and it just reminds me of like the old Judge Dredd movie.
Yeah, I thought RoboCop, but yeah, Judge Dredd's
Yeah, RoboCop.
Yeah.
Yeah, RoboCop had a bike too, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
They're cool
I,
as shit, though. I really
I
like them.
really like them. Yeah,
They
they're
look
awesome.
cool. I'd like to see a speeder now too. Give me a speeder.
Well, there was a leaked, like super pixelated image ages ago of these bikes and what looked to be a speeder as well. So potential coming soon. TM.
Well, give me a Land Raider. I want a
Do you think,
Primaris Land Raider.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Do you think
It's got a
that?
repulsor.
What about Primaris Terminators? That'd be fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, what's gonna...
They're aggressors. I think so. What I think is going to happen is I think Terminators are going to be phased out of normal Marines, and that's going to be the Chaos Shtick. Like the 2-up armor save Terminator will be the Chaos Shtick, and Marines will have the 3 wound aggressors with 10 billion shots that they have.
Okay, this next model to me does not fit. this whole range.
He's very chaosy. He's a chaplain. He's a chaplain, right?
Now, take this model, remove the hourglass, and put a Fenris and Wolf there instead, and you have a great Space Wolf model.
Yeah, well, even if you just leave it like that and paint it as just Black Templar, but it just doesn't look. It doesn't fit the Primaris.
What
clean
chaplains
look.
have always been a little bit left of center, haven't they? Like
But
chaplains.
it's not a chaplain. It's its own thing.
It wouldn't surprise me if it's a chaplain offshoot.
It's a
What's it
Judica.
called?
What was a Jessica?
Yeah, I don't know.
A Judica.
Is that
it looks
a
awesome.
skinhead? Is that a flesh
Yes.
head or is that like a skull helmet?
That's Fleshhead. He's super pale.
Yeah, right.
Boy needs to get some sun.
Yeah.
Get some vitamin D.
But no, it looks awesome. And as soon as I saw that, I'm like, yes, I'm putting a Fenris and Wolf there instead of the Hourglass, and that's going to be my Space Wolf Chapter Master.
Yeah, it's very chaosy.
Yeah, it's very dark.
Grim dark.
It probably fit in Dark Angels, right?
Yeah, actually, they're traders, right? So, you know.
But they all have that robed, like, pendant sort of look.
Yeah.
I mean, that it would also work fantastic as a new Emperor's Champion, too.
Yeah,
Have you seen all the outrage on the internet at the moment with all the weird neckbeards overseas?
No.
They're like, since when did they get rid of the Iron Cross? They've replaced all the crosses in the Space Marine ranges with Christian crosses. What are they, all Christians now? And like they're having like a massive uproar over the fact that like they've got like, you know,
there's no World War II
Christian
German
crosses.
insignia on Space Marines anymore.
Yeah, why they got rid of the Iron Crosses? Ah!
It's the only fucking reason I collected Space Marines in the first place. What's your thoughts, Sean? What do you reckon?
Necrons look really nice.
Yeah, they do.
Primaris, yeah, they're good, but it's the Necrons that I think they're going to sell the box.
Mm.
The people.
Yeah.
I mean, I've already had 3 people requesting to split the starter box with me, and I'm getting the Necron part, and they're getting the Marine part. So, I mean, Marines will sell. Like, there's a reason why they're poster boys. So,
Oh, don't get me wrong, the Marines will sell, but for people who are maybe first time looking at this, or maybe long time, they'll go, no, Necrons.
Yeah. I mean, Marines are always the poster boy. Everyone sees them and wants them, right? And the fact that Marines already have the players already have their books, and they're already set up, and they don't need to buy all that extra stuff, might help sell the Marine half a little bit more as well.
and also too, it's all new Primaris stuff in the box, so even established Marine players are going to be wanting it.
Yeah.
Oh, new codex time, boys.
No, it will just be supplement here. Here's an FAQ of all the new units like they did when the new Vanguard stuff came out.
The Necrons will be ready for a new codex, right?
I highly suspect that it will be 9th ed comes out, and then first book will be the Necron codex.
Yeah, okay.
There's actually been a leak image of it already.
So do you think
really?
Yeah.
Do you think they'll be the new Broken Hot Mess? Because that's right up my alley.
No. And if they are, they will get FAQ'd into oblivion very quickly, because that's
They've brought Matt Ward back. Matt Ward's back to write one more book. It's Necrons.
Hey, what are you painting, Wes? That looks like a Thane to me, mate.
It's
whack. Just put it down.
It's not for me.
Just look at it.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. It's very gold. Retribute armor, my friend.
So you got it done quick, mate.
Yeah, I'm just using Skeleton Horde, don't worry.
Oh, is that for your OBR, is it?
Yeah. Here's my
Whack.
paint this little bad boy.
I haven't played a game of Age of Sigmar since. Zach Zach touched me with his OBR and I stopped playing.
What's he mean? You didn't like getting destroyed by knights?
Hey?
What do you mean you didn't like getting destroyed by skeleton knights?
Oh, you know, could have been worse, I guess, but you know, the poor old dinosaurs didn't see it coming.
Oh, your volume's just gone out, Wes.
Oh, there we go. Hit the mute button.
Oh.
Yeah, the dinosaurs didn't see it coming, mate.
Hey, they're pretty solid, man. I like the dinos. I like the book.
They were extinct before they knew it. No, I love me lizard men. They're great.
Yeah, I think they're awesome, man. I really like the book.
Was there anything else in that release?
No,
There was an announcement that what's tomorrow? No, tomorrow's Tuesday. So Wednesday there will be an FAQ about questions for 9th edition. So
Yeah,
So-
right.
Like, do we have to burn our pre-existing armies? Sort of questions.
Yeah.
no. do you essentially have to buy a whole new army of Necrons because a lot of the
Yeah.
core kits are being redone?
No.
Yes, you do. But
Will you give me a refund on my 100 unbuilt tactical marines because they're now null and void? Please,
Go play
Game Workshop.
Heresy.
Well, that's the biggest problem
True.
with those old Space Marine ranges. Is this sort of the start of the end of them? It's like,
Man,
right,
I have
Oh,
so
they-
much of it in my
next
cupboard.
one- next one
they've
they're gone.
they've already said that in this edition that though they put it out an FAQ like with all that reveal and that we had, and in there's already the are my mini marines still usable, and it's yes it is, and
Yeah,
I
but
have
not
a
competitively. Like they're usable.
no. I have a funny feeling that mini marines will get the sister treatment from now on, and it'll just be we will keep giving you rules. We won't put much effort into them. They won't be competitive, but they'll be there, and that will just go on and on and on forever.
Still crap.
We'll get rid of them.
Man. Yeah, I have.
And they won't get any new kits, and Primaris will just be what you use.
Yeah.
And
Like,
that's
I
just
have
how it'll be.
I have three like commission painted marine armies that are all just tacticals and bikes and Terminator.
I
Man,
started.
they're just gonna have to sit on the shelf. Like,
I started
can't get anything
Deathwatch
for 'em.
at the beginning. At the end of 7th, beginning of 8th, and that's all the newest mini marine model.
were you trying to do
And-
that? The whole biker stuff with the better bolter rule and the spamming the fucking shots and shit. Is that what you're trying to do with the storm bolter and the twin link bolters on the bike? Like 16 shots a model or whatever it worked out to be. 10 shots a model.
No, that was Space
sick.
Wolves.
No,
That-
that was definitely Deathwatch, and then you done it with the 2+ to wound ammo and shit. Yeah, I was talking to Wes about it. I kind of wanted to do it, but that's yesteryear now.
It was Space Wolf vets that could get 8 shots per bike. So
Yeah,
because
but
they
Deathwatch
could
could do
take a
it too.
storm
They could take
bolter.
a storm bolter, right? Deathwatch
No,
Sergeant.
not on. The Deathwatch Sergeant can, but the normal
Yeah.
bikes can't.
No, you took them in
So-
squads of 3, took a storm bolter, and then you could get like your 2 up to wound ammo.
Yeah.
Turned it into pretty loose stuff. It was like 64 points for 3 bikes and a million shots, 2 up to wound.
The bolter rule changed a lot of things, actually. Like
Yeah, it was, Centurions become awesome.
Centurions,
And-
Terminators.
And
Yeah, that's
then, they saw what Boulder Discipline did with special issue ammo, and instead of, points adjusting Deathwatch to work with special issue ammo, they were just like, yeah,
You can't
you can't Boulder Discipline special issue ammo because this is fucking busted. And we're like, every Deathwatch player was like, yeah, we could have told you that I was going to be busted without even playtesting the rule. Like, come on, guys. And now they've given us doctrines, and we're like, oh, this is also busted as well. Like, half the reason why I'm super keen for Necrons is because I don't feel I can take my Deathwatch to a casual game anymore. Like, they're disgusting.
They're that good.
Oh, yeah, they're pretty freaking good. So,
What are veterans? Veterans still a thing in there, or
Yes, veterans are your main unit. But
Yeah,
you
right.
know, like veterans were the last mini marine kit to come out before all this Primaris stuff. Like it's only like I guess 8th is 3 years old now, so it's like a 4-year-old marine kit, and you know that's eventually going to fade to oblivion.
Man, that
So,
Mark X armor was sick.
mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, they're 100% the best looking marines, and they're not actually that much smaller than Primaris. They're like I think they're slightly smaller than the new Chaos Marines.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, I really like them. I had an army of them too, but I saw the writing on the wall, so I got rid of them.
No,
Still stuck with the Salamander army. Salamanders and Imperial Fists.
Nah,
Yeah.
Death Watch is
You want some
spooky
Howling
good
Griffin?
right now.
No, I painted that Howling Griffin army. I
I
don't want it
know.
back.
I know they're amazing. I love them. They're actually probably my favorite army paint-wise. They're awesome.
If I do a Primaris army, I'll probably do Howling Griffin. So,
I'll give you some. I can give you some Centurions and shit to go with them, mate.
what's Centurions? Is
They're-
that aggressors?
They're a
They're-
shit
they're-
version of aggressors.
Better aggressors.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty good now with that grab stratagem, right?
A sense disgusting, especially in
Yeah.
Raven Guard.
Yeah.
They're pretty
Quite
sick in Raven Guard. But yes. So yes, big changes for 40k, and I know as from a rule standpoint, it's kind of a wait and see to actually get some hard rules in our hands, which should be next week sometime, hopefully, and see how it goes.
How you boys
Shawnee-
starting? Sorry, go, mate.
Sean, are you having events again soon or what?
You just
Yeah.
took my question. I was actually going to talk about something, then you just took it, and you butted in over the top of me.
Yes.
Sorry, mate.
So at this stage, what is it? End of this month, places can start putting a few more people in. I've got to talk to Urella about what we can do wise, because I don't know whether it's got to do with the venue wise or if it's the dining area wise. And
Well, isn't it only 20 people to a venue
It's
still?
20.
So like
Well-
we would cap that, and that's like
yeah.
before they even add their staff in. So I think it might
Yeah.
still be a little bit longer before tournaments and that are back up and going.
Probably like the Underworld one will probably get away with it maybe next month or July, but it looks like probably July afterwards we'll be able to do something about it. I'm contemplating about swapping the 40k tournament into September where we had the Age of Sigma, just because people have already paid up and that needs to be done before the Age of Sigma, and put the Age of Sigma one either November or into Feb. The problem is what's happened. It's just changed everything.
You've changed, Sean.
It's been cool, Sean.
And we probably want to try and have the 40k one before 9th drops as well. So
Yeah, and that's the other thing I'm thinking about. I mean,
Yeah.
if it comes in July, well, there's not a lot I can do about it. It's just how it goes.
But I mean, if it comes that early, well, then you just have
Yeah,
a
but-
9th tournament. But
Yeah.
yeah, I know as soon as 9th drops, I will be playing a lot of 40k again and wrapping my head around those rules. So
I was sort of pretty keen to start to get a maybe just a AOS event capped at 10 players up here. Rolling. I'm
Well,
gonna talk to some of the
of
boys
Rocky
about it.
then, I
But,
guess.
Hey?
That'll be all of Rocky then.
oh, I don't know. It depends. First in, best dressed, I guess, mate. But yeah, we'll just cap it at 10 players, and whoever wants to show up shows up. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I could probably guarantee 8 sitting here right now, but just
Yeah.
see.
Well,
yeah.
there's a whole other club that plays it now, so you know.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. I heard they're pretty good at it too.
Well, there's one bloke I know. He's got his fire slayers. He's keen for them.
Oh, man, no way.
Have you met him?
Dude, have you met
him,
that
Phil?
guy?
No, I have not.
Oh, bro.
Ah, bro.
You would have. You would have. But
Bro, you have met him before. You have.
Oh, have I?
Aiden
Robbo,
probably knows who we're talking about here. You know Robbo?
he's cooked, man. Like proper
Dude,
cooked.
he's proper cooked. He's scary.
He is. I wouldn't let him around my kids. Like he's scary level. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Look,
Just
man.
have a look at him.
all I know is that you need to set a day for the Sigma one, so I know how much time that I have to paint 180 clan rats. Okay.
Yeah,
Dip
man.
and flick. Dip and flick, mate.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's like,
no, that'd be good if we saw you boys come up. That'd be awesome, man. We'd get a bit of a thing going. That'd be sick. I'll let you know anyway. We'll talk about it and see what we can get moving. Shouldn't be
And
too
you
hard
guys-
to get a venue. Like,
Yeah, and you guys have got a ITC thing happening at the moment too in Rocky.
yeah, Timmy and a few of the other boys were looking at doing a slow grow. Yeah, so that's on the cards as well. Not a slow grow, sorry, a league, a 40K league.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'm not too sure how that works. I'm not really up with the ITC stuff. So
well, Timmy's done a small one already, and he was saying it works quite well.
yeah,
Like he's got all his, he's done it with 6 people, so I guess he's going to sort of branch out now and do it with a few more. Yeah, I don't really understand the logistics of it, but basically just everyone plays everyone, and then you tally up your scores at the end and see who wins, I guess. But it's a bit of fun. It's good to get everyone playing games again. I've still been missing being able to play games while this lockdown's happening. I've probably only played 2 games in the last 3 months, so 2 months, something like that. It's been horrible.
he went for the throat every time.
Oh. Well, when you only play, you get toey, man. When you're not playing all the time, if you play a couple times a week, you can afford to run a bit of a dud list in one of them. But
Well, I know our club here in Glasgow. I think it's opening. Is it June or July? They're thinking about it.
I don't know. I haven't.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, our club is more or less deep into Legion. Well, I mean, great for them if they're enjoying Legion. Unfortunate for me. So
What's Legion?
yeah, what's the
Star
reason?
Star Wars Legion.
Yeah.
Is
That's
it
like a fantasy flight game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is there an expensive game to sort of branch into, or?
Not really. It's probably a little bit cheaper than the Games Workshop.
I mean, for now, but
Yeah.
shall we just look at X-Wing with how bad Fantasy Flight is with their power creep? So
Yeah. Pay to play.
yeah.
Yeah, fair. Not something you really want to get involved in.
And also too, I already have a sci-fi setting in 40k, and while I don't mind Star Wars, I'm not a rabid fan of it. So
It's pretty much dead to me. So
the
Yeah.
IP isn't a draw for me. So
Yeah.
and I've personally been playing smaller and smaller games anyway. Like I've been playing a lot of Malifaux and Kill Team and that lately. So
Yeah, and that's something you
I
want
want to play
doing.
Mordheim again.
Oh
Mordheim,
man,
that's right.
I'd love for them to redo Mordheim.
Oh, it was the best, wasn't it? Them's
Yeah.
were the days.
Is there like one more season of Underworlds to come out?
I
just
mean,
one more?
No idea.
no, I have a funny feeling they're going to support Underworlds like they've been supporting. Support Warcry like they've been supporting. Oh, Underworld. Sorry, my bad. Never mind.
Underworlds, if there is, it'll probably be one more season because apparently this season it hasn't done as well.
Yeah.
From reports.
I mean, they also haven't released as much. Like it's just been the Beastgrove stuff this time, hasn't it?
Yeah,
Like
there's two
it's
more
just
bands.
been the Beastmen and the Night Elves from Warcraft. Like that's been it, hasn't it?
No, you had the Ogre,
Yeah, you
Ice
have the
Hunter, and
Ogre, the
The Frost Sabers and
Goblin
that.
Wolf Riders.
Was those Nurgle? The
Yeah, the
Nurgle
Nurgle
wizards,
Warband.
were they? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then the what is it? The Wood Elves and the Beastmen, and then you've also got Orcs and Daughters. Also, the last two that haven't come out.
Okay.
yeah, they've had just as many releases. It's just been quiet. Like it's been I guess it's the virus and stuff. I don't know, but it's sort of lost momentum. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it has. That's one thing.
So-
If there is, they'll just do one more because there were talks of 5 seasons. at the most. And that was
Mate, scrap it and bring back Mordheim. Do Mordheim.
I love Mordheim.
Man. Dude, with the how popular Be'lakor is at the moment, if they brought back Mordheim, because Be'lakor was the thing that caused it, right? In the end.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, okay.
well, he was what crashed in the middle of Mordheim and
Yeah, and gave them one
Cre-
hurt and everything else.
created the whole thing.
I just want some warpstone, yo.
Yeah, well, that's where you find it in Mordheim.
No.
So maybe do an Age of Sigma style Warhide, maybe.
Yeah, it wouldn't be Mordheim. It would be its own thing. But yeah.
Well, it's a Warcry, isn't it? Kind of.
Kind
Well,
of, but Blood Bowl's
does-
still
It's like
set.
a hybrid of Kill Team and
Does
something
Warcry have like squad progression like Necromunda does? Or is it more like Kill Team where it's just this is your army, it's a stepping stone?
I think there is a
into
campaign
Sigma.
element to it. I haven't played enough of it, man, to
Yeah,
really.
I'm pretty sure.
From what I've read, you've got your normal one, so then you just play it. You've got your campaign style where if you win, you get sort of like you can choose to bring the like elite heroes for one round,
Yeah.
and then once you've done that, those heroes go off and you can't ever get them again. So that's how they're gone. They've got also arena style, so that's where you go up against monsters. So the giant spiders,
The Sphinx and all that
Demon
they
Prince
released.
Yeah.
Demon Prince dude's pretty cool. That
Manticore.
Yeah. But again, I think with the virus, the support on that has dropped.
it's
that's
just such a
why-
weird time, right?
Yeah, and I think that's why they did that video about those shadow elves. So let
Yeah,
people
they
know,
look
"Oh, no,
awesome.
we're still supporting this. Don't worry, we just can't do anything about it at the moment."
Yeah.
So, yeah. But no, it's going to be an interesting couple of weeks.
Bit of a bummer.
Have any of you played this new tabletop simulator? What's
I
probably
mean,
I've
it's
got
not
it, but I've
new,
never played
but
it.
yes.
you have played it? What do you think?
Not for 40k. I've seen it be played for 40k, and from what I've seen, it seems somewhat clunky. But I mean, if you got no other options, then go for it. But
there's a lot of
for board games and that, it's fantastic. So
there's a lot of guys in the AOS community, like from dudes that do big podcasts and stuff over in England that are really flogging it. I haven't played it yet because it looks like it's pretty complicated, but I think once you get your head around it, it'd be a pretty good thing.
yeah, like it would basically be like playing on the tabletop, but with,
100%.
the
it looks like it.
limitations of a mouse and keyboard. So if you're any skill player, but the main advantage of it I see is being able to tee up
Play
games
test armies.
with opponents that you don't necessarily have your skill level in your local area to push yourself and try and keep getting better.
Oh man,
So-
the advantage I see is you can play with an army that would theoretically cost you $1,500 or $2,000 to put together, and you don't have to own a single model for it.
Yeah, well, that too.
Playtest.
But that's also depending on how strict your local club is with proxying and whatnot, or how strict your regular opponents are with proxying. But yeah,
You know what I'm saying though.
yeah.
That's true. Nick.
Yes, you
You
can
throw the
flip the
table over
table
and
and not feel bad about crushing thousands of dollars of plastic when you roll that one. And
Yeah.
Nagash dies to a little clan rat.
Just flip your computer desk.
Throw your
so
$4,000 tower in the water.
I hate you.
That's how water cooling works, right?
Yeah.
So Nicholas, the reason why my camera looks like I'm underwater is my children decided to put it in water and lick it to death. Because of the virus and everyone had to have web cameras, I wasn't able to get any. So hopefully in the next month I'll be able to get a webcam, so I won't be looking like this anymore.
What?
Look,
I thought you were in a sauna.
He's just visiting Clan Ashen and the Shadow Elves in the Realm of Shadow. Okay.
I thought he was in a sauna this whole time.
I thought he got his streaming cam and his OnlyFans cam mixed up.
yeah. Squirt cam.
No. I don't think I'm that pretty.
Mate, everybody has a kink, eh? You never know, Sean.
I mean, look, Slanesh knows it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The Dark Prince thirsts, mate.
Yeah. And there was one other release that came out about a fortnight ago that I ended up buying, so I'm gonna just share it.
There was a release a fortnight ago.
So if those have seen it,
Ah,
Yeah, the role-playing book.
and I had bought it, so I got a free PDF edition.
have you had time to sit down and read it?
There's a lot to go through.
Oh yeah, it's a role playing system, of course.
Yeah. So what I have started reading this and have a look at it. So if anyone's interested in doing an online thing at some day, we can look at doing something.
Man, is
So
it
what-
as
Another thing
hardcore
that
as the old school
Tabletop
one?
Sim would be grateful.
Sorry, it was,
Remember-
everyone going over the top there.
I remember back in the day, Warhammer roleplay was full on, man. Like
Yeah.
the stuff, the themes that were in it. Is it still like that? Is it still pretty heavy?
I doubt
this
it.
is more
They've tried
mainstream.
to, kid friendly.
Listen, you can make
Sigma
this
a
dark
bit.
if you want.
So is it basically like a D&D system, but using the fantasy Sigma kind of universe? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's some beautiful artwork of people getting soul bounded.
I don't know. I mean, you could do it on Roll20. I doubt they've got the built-in stat sheets and that for it yet, though Roll20 is generally pretty good with getting online stat sheets into it.
This is more D6s actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like the Wrath and Glory, the new 40k one was all D6s, but they got the stat sheets, like the character sheets online, so you can just fill out your character sheet and that in your Roll20 game, and then just press a button to roll stuff pretty quickly, I believe. So
Yeah, but this is for the options with the, say, two people in Gladstone want to do it, and then we've got some in Rocky or Mackay. So there's the option for people who are bored one night. We can just try and have a game.
Like play like this with your headset on, kind of thing, over a stream.
Yeah.
that'd
Plenty
be pretty
of
cool,
people
man.
have done it.
I'd be down for that one night.
Just need to do a little bit more reading, just so I'm on top of it all.
look,
Yeah.
here's the problem with it. It's gonna want you to be a Sigmarine or that. I just want to be a rat. I just want to backstab everyone, including myself.
Yeah, don't think they've got rats here. Sorry.
Yeah. That's the problem with being the evil race.
But they do have Children of the Horn Rat is bad guys, so
Ah, excellent.
yep. So
Oh, they got a Gracia. He's just gonna eat Warpstone and die on you.
yep.
Like,
It's-
first thing of the encounter, Gracia eats Warpstone, rolls a 1, dies from Warpstone poisoning.
but you got to bring
encounter
them on
over.
Deceiver.
I remember playing Deathwatch, so the old Fantasy Flight Space Marine one, and first roll, I was playing a Space Wolf Rune Priest. First roll of the session, Perils of the Warp, summoned a Demon Prince into my body and went through and one-shot the rest of the party. That was a good session.
Yeah, right. It's full on.
Yeah, and for those that do get it, you've got a few play testers, and some of them are actually from Australia as well. So
Cool.
Yeah, Luke Stone. To those who know Luke Stone,
Yeah, old Luke Stone. I remember him from back in the day.
yeah,
Had the nicest Ultramarine army.
yeah. So,
Where's he from? Gladstone or something?
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not going to go that slow, so you can. But yeah, so like I say, there's a few options to keep us entertained until we can all get back together and that. But all right, so is there anything else you want to talk about before we sign off for the night?
I just want to play more games and see some tournaments start rolling around again. To be honest, that's my wish list.
Yeah, I think it's going to be another couple of months before we start seeing tournaments really being able to pick back up.
Hmm.
I blame China.
Yeah.
I do
A
too.
lot of people blame China.
So does Donald
Yeah.
Trump.
China.
It's a China disease. You
It
can't
come
call
from
it.
China. That's why I
China.
call it the China virus.
Kids come from China. You
Yeah.
can't argue with him, though, right?
Tell you what, man. Did you see the news today?
No.
Did you see that the world found out what China was up to around the world with the Belt and Road loans they were doing?
I heard something about it. Yeah.
So what they were doing was they were offering cheap interest loans to all of the third world countries to do infrastructure work.
Hmm.
So like to all of Africa, some of Europe, Middle East, and all that sort of stuff. But they also were offering it to us in Australia to do all our infrastructure, to do all the roads and that. The problem is with China, right, is they control their money. So like they could just recall those debts whenever they want.
Yeah.
So America's found out about it and they ain't too happy. So but apparently they've been called on this stuff now and now they can't do it. So it's cost them trillions of dollars. It cost the Chinese trillions of dollars.
Good.
Well, they'll make it back in a few days.
Serves them right for trying to float their economy.
But, Camera decided to do it. Oh, well, we might as well call it a night. So, thank you, Aidan, for joining me like always.
Hey, hey, Sean.
Yeah, that's
Do you reckon, just a little idea, you might be able to start a GoFundMe page so we can all chip in and buy you a new camera?
I'm sure I can afford it myself.
I'll get you a waterproof one.
Oh, cheers! I need one of those.
So then you can wipe it off after your shows.
Okay. Thank you, Wes and Zach, for joining us again.
All right.
Thanks, man. Cheers for having us.
Yeah, we'll try and pump some more videos out.
Sounds
Unfortunately,
good.
last week we were going to do it, but
Sounds good, mate, because I've subscribed to your OnlyFans, and so far, frankly, I'm a little bit disappointed.
We were going to do it last week, weren't we, Aiden? But unfortunately, we couldn't do it.
I wasn't feeling up to it, but I mean, I'm totally down to have a bit more of a talk if the Wednesday FAQ is anything to actually talk about, and otherwise next week I'm down to do Scape and stuff or whatnot.
Yeah, cool, boys.
Well, I want to do my plan and attack so far as Skaven, which will probably be a two-parter. We'll see how we go. We need to get you, Zach, on to talk about your OBR.
Yeah, I'm keen to do OBR, bro.
Yeah. I've got a bloke in Mackay for Seraphim, and also we want to talk about what factions in Age of Sigma need improvements. Or
Yes.
So, Fire Slayers, where's the...
Yeah. And get rid of Petrifex, I think, too.
Yeah, they're quite good, Petrifex. I've heard they're okay. I'm not sure. But...
Fucking, yeah, right. Okay.
But,
I hear the salt.
But okay, guys. Well, you all have a good night, and we'll catch you next time.
All right, see you, man.
All right, lads.
And everyone, catch it.
Catch us.